Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Sagittarius. If Sagittarius is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, knock, knock, knock. Let's see. Where are we at tonight, Sagittarius? I hope you all are doing well. At the time of this reading, it is Sunday night, so we're just finishing up our little weekend here. Okay. All right. Okay, so I want to go ahead and start with you know what, we're going to start with this card because I think this card, when I pulled it, I was so excited. This is the 9 of Cups, okay? And this in the Thoth deck is related to happiness. Yay! It's about time, right? So this is a card, as we can see, and let me actually just bring it up really quick again. We can see that these lotus flowers are kind of bent over the tops of the cups, and they are releasing their nectars, and the nectars are filling the cups are overflowing, and there's a lot, it's just an abundance of, I guess, energies that are enlivening, that are helping bond things together within yourself and your life. I think your emotions are probably turned towards more of the contented side, the blissful side, doing well. And now this is the card of happiness, but it should be mentioned that this is the 9 of Cups, not the 10 of Cups. So there is still room for more, right? So this is about the pursuit of happiness. This is about seeking the things in life, going down the pathways that are going to make your soul feel well, right? Make you receptive to the joys of life, okay? Because often, you know, we confuse the idea that if good things happen, if positive things happen in our lives, they're going to fix everything. Well, we've all been in places where we are not feeling well mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and things that would be considered good, positive, successful, of fortune, they happen to us, around us, and we don't receive them as being a positive experience or something that incites joy or happiness within us, because we're not in the state of mind, a state of wellness to receive those feelings, right? Or to invoke those feelings in ourselves. So, this card, I think, you know, I look at it and I think, okay, so this means good things are coming your way. But it also means that you are doing that important work to align yourself in such a way that you can make use of these good things, that you can experience these things of happiness, wonder, awe, and that you are receptive so that they will alter your life ultimately, right? Maybe momentarily, maybe for for quite a while, maybe forever. But I feel that because of some of the energies of the other readings I've done for you, Sagittarius, that we're really kind of coming out of an era where you were just feeling, well, you had just been going along for quite a while, where things weren't necessarily terrible, but you weren't feeling good about them, right? And life was not giving you the things that you wanted exactly. I think partially because, you know, you spend a lot of time giving of yourself, which is important, don't get me wrong, to be of service, to give as much as you can. But I almost think you were overextended, right? And it was depleting you. Well, you have found something inside of yourself to really kind of take up for yourself. And I think that this kind of transitional phase that you're going through, the opportunity for happiness is there. Okay, now let's look at these. Let's look at these formations. We have quite a few birds in here. This one is beautiful. Let me get my little thing. This one's really beautiful. It looks like it has its wings open. It has its head to the side. It looks like a very regal kind of bird. I feel that there's elements of self-confidence really coming up for you. I feel that you, maybe for the first time in a long time, you're trusting your instincts. You're trusting that when you feel like, say you're kind of at odds with somebody else's opinion about something, but you know that what you're feeling is different, right? You're not going to be deterred from how you feel. You're not going to be bullied. You're not going to be gaslit or handled, right? I really feel there's just this emerging sense of self really coming into a place where there's a real deep trust in how you're experiencing things, how you're feeling about things. I feel like you're not questioning yourself or, you know, allowing others to kind of, well, like I said, handle you or kind of push you into going along with whatever it is their agenda might be, okay? And, you know, I know I don't mean to make you seem like a pushover or that you, there was a comment on one of the other Sagittarius videos that made me kind of pause and think that, you know, some of the topics of the Sagittarius videos, readings, I don't ever want to make it seem like I think that you are incapable or that people just kind of run you. That's not that's not the point of this at all. I think that the point for me in these readings, what I have been accessing is more that you are very intelligent, you are very capable, and you're also very caring. You have a deep empathy for other human beings, for animals, and for the world around you. And when you put those two things together, you can get a lot done. The other side of that is that people will prey upon others who give of their hearts and give of their time and resources and things. And so I feel that you know, it's never been like a kind of negative thing about the character of Sagittarius, but more that, you know, I see some of these readings and I think I really don't like how people have treated you, you know. And so we talk about it. I'm going to talk about it how I see it, you know, how these topics come up, how the symbols that I see, the cards that I pull. I'm going to talk about it because I think it could be helpful for some people. And I hope it's not, you know, I hope it doesn't make anybody take offense, right? Okay, now let's look at some more here. I keep seeing these kind of long, twisty, they remind me of fishing poles. Now this one looks like it's kind of being cast, right? And so I get this image in my head of not only going fishing, but really being drawn to the water. There's been a deep desire to be in the water, at the water, maybe going to the ocean, going to a lake or a river somewhere, and maybe quite actually fishing. Fishing is, you know, a lot of fishing is very meditative, I would say, unless you're like fly fishing, which is very active, but or deep sea fishing, that can be pretty wild too. But most other fishing, you can kind of go long periods of time where you're not doing tons of stuff, right? You're able to contemplate and be in nature. And I know here, even growing up, where I grew up, a lot of people would be at the rivers fishing. I grew up around a few lakes and rivers, and went to them often, swam a lot during the summer. And you'd always see tons of people out there just hanging out and fishing and stuff. And even here, as soon as the weather gets nice enough and the opener happens, you see tons of people, even like on their lunch breaks. They'll like run down to the little creeks and stuff and the lakes that are around. And so I feel that there's like a really big draw. But I think on the other side of this, it could be more that this is also a strong desire to have like an emotional relation to somebody. And I don't necessarily mean a relationship, but finding somebody, rekindling a friendship, getting back to a place with somebody in your life where you're very close and communicating often. And with the fishing, kind of little fishing poles and things, I do wonder, maybe you are having kind of these inklings of catching a new fish, or, you know, catching a new partner. If you are already in a relationship, maybe getting back to a place where there is more kind of a active romantic side, more sharing, more time together, one-on-one. And this would make sense with the Nine of Cups, right? So we have this water energy. We have this overflowing of it. And definitely, I think just an interest in being kind of almost drawn to, I just am imagining like a state of like ecstasy, of bliss, of some kind of splendor, emotional splendor. And I'm just looking at this one up here. This one's really interesting to me because it looks very much like a goddess figure. It looks like a feminine figure, mostly because of the posture and kind of wearing this long robe or dress. The feet are placed kind of outward, but this kind of the head to the side, okay, and it's pointing this way. And I really just, I feel that, and it's pointing here at these birds, okay, and there's kind of a line of birds, and it kind of almost, to me, looks like a line of movement, okay. So I feel like there's almost like a sense of being released. So there has been a feeling of maybe being stagnant, feeling trapped, feeling just like the wheels are turning, but there's no traction. Okay. But really there has been almost with this kind of energy that has been coming up in you, that has kind of like allowed you to find it within yourself to start to really actively change your life in ways that are not just little kind of, little surface, things that aren't going to last, going beyond just conceptualizing or just saying, I need to do this, I need to do that. But you've actually made movement. You've been in action, right? You have held yourself responsible to taking care of yourself, to making sure your well-being is number one, and your growth. And I think a lot of this is about that feeling like you need to find some way to unstick yourself and like begin this process of figuring out where you want to go in this next period of your life. Okay. And I get this kind of, as I am thinking about this reading, the Sagittarius readings in general, I get this like kind of image of a door kind of appearing or emerging, kind of materializing. And I really believe that there seems to be kind of this self-made door, right? You've done this work. This isn't just some random thing that is showing up. This is because you have put your power and will and effort into creating an opportunity for yourself. And I think this is really going to be an opportunity to really transcend your current mental and emotional state. I think that you will find some kind of more focused work to do. If this is interior work, self-development, if this means that you are going to transition into a different job or career field. I feel like there's some kind of work coming up for you. You've already been doing, I know you work hard already, and I know that you've already been doing a lot of self-work, but I think that there is something that will be pretty focused. So this will be some kind of modality that you find or create or decide to go back to school for something to change the way that maybe you make money or spend your time or whatever it is, okay? But it will be work. I'm not sure what it is exactly. I'm not seeing that far into the future, but I do believe that this is going to be an important decision for you. I feel that with this kind of goddess energy, really this archetype within you, this part of yourself, really is pushing you to kind of go past the threshold of this, because I feel that you've done all of this work. You're going to come into line with this opportunity that's coming up, and I feel that there will be a pause when you don't know if you're ready yet. You don't know if it's time to go through that door, but I feel that a big part of you really wants to. Excuse me. I need something to drink here. And really I feel that like you have parts of yourself are really like cheerleaders for you, okay? And that's super important, of course. That's so important to have your own back, okay? Now, I want to look at these really quick. So, I'm seeing that there's a couple, and where did it go? There was kind of, I was looking at it before. There was an S in here, and it seemed important. Now these are getting a little dry. We had somewhere an S, and I thought, okay, keep that in my mind. That is important. There it is. This little S, and I know it's tiny, but right there. Okay, so I think that, gosh, I really think that somebody with an S name is really, really going to be important for this kind of thing that's coming up. I think that they're going to help you kind of figure out how to do the logistical stuff. And so like if you are going into another job or going to school or something, I think this is going to be somebody who's really maybe knows how to, you know, do some of the tedious bureaucratic stuff, or has some kind of ties to people that can help you, or you know whatever. This is like kind of a networking thing. We also have this little wolf right here, and it looks like it's kind of howling up into this mostly empty sky there. But it feels like there is such power coming up. I feel like you just feel very unstoppable right now. And of course there's like this perfect little O right there. And it looks like it's right next to a fireplace. I keep looking at this, and it's like a fireplace or like a furnace, right? And that is like, the furnace is such an interesting symbol in alchemy and esoteric schools of thinking. It's a place of forging, right? This is like where things are put to unite them, to solidify them, to make them indestructible, right? To process them into those more final processes. This is that like fire of vitality, right? So I think that this is really interesting in this whole concept. We have a lot of water energy, but we also have this like like holy of holy type of fire symbols kind of coming up, and really showing that like you just have gotten to this place where this energy, this person that has kind of, you know, it's always been you, obviously, but it really is not going to be silenced anymore, right? Like something has been activated in you where it's like, okay, I'm coming into this part of my life where, you know, I'm coming to a place of like authenticity and tired of kind of bending to the whims of others, to the whims of, you know, society, of the culture around me, of, you know, the parameters of my work life, of my social life, of my family life. And I'm just going to be myself. And, you know, that it's hard to get to a place like that, and it's hard to live that way sometimes. And it's not necessarily that people will receive you poorly or you won't do well how you walk through life, but it takes a lot of bravery to just be who we are. And it can be exhausting learning how to do that. It can be exhausting just maintaining it. But I really think that you just are at a place where there's no other options anymore. You know, you have no other options but to be who you are truly. And yeah, I think that that's going to lead to a lot of I think it's just leading to a lot of opportunities for you to find peace, happiness, contentment in your life. Period. Full stop. Okay. Let's just look at this. And here we have some of these, and I can't remember which video or readings I've talked about it in, but these kind of we have a lot of them. There's a few in here even. They look like eyes, lowercase eyes, or exclamation marks, but for me, as I've been seeing them, is that they look like candles. And so they are really, they are symbols of illumination. And I really, when I've been seeing them a lot in various readings, but I think that generally there's been a movement towards a lot of people coming to places where they are doing a lot of self-work. They're interested in and this is probably why you are here watching readings or, you know, whatever things lectures or divination type readings and stuff. You have an interest in something beyond just the mundane, okay? So I think that I I really am getting this feeling that, first of all, yes, please go to the water, because I think visiting some kind of water is important for you. And as soon as you have the opportunity, I think it will be grounding for you. If you can get to the water, if you were somewhere where there, you know, is no large body of natural water or whatever, going maybe to a swimming pool, or, you know, taking a bath or shower for like a grounding purpose, that also will do. Okay. In my household, we're big water people. We all like to be in the shower, in the bath, and at the lake or river or whatever, whenever we have the chance, when it's not freezing here. But I think also just, I have a feeling that it might be interesting for you to maybe try doing some kind of, trying to think exactly, maybe even doing something like your own tea leaf readings, or like, I'm thinking like active imagination, or something where you maybe like automatic writing, or I don't know exactly. I'm not exactly sure, but I think that you should look into different kinds of divinations, and just look it up on the internet, like a list of different divination techniques, or maybe something like, I'm trying to think. I always forget, like, what's the difference between like mediumship and clairvoyance and all of these kinds of things. But I think that you probably have like a natural ability to receive messaging. I think that you probably witness patterns and synchronicities, like we all do, but probably to a deeper extent for you. So I feel like there's probably a natural, there's like just a natural kind of alignment with some kind of deeper intuition. And I think that it might be a fun experiment and experience to try doing your own kinds of talking to the universe. And so if you haven't done that, if you aren't already a reader, I know some people on here are tarot readers and mediums and psychics and things, and shout out to you all, definitely. Thank you for coming and supporting the channel. And also, if you do have your own channel as well, always please comment. I want to check it out. But yeah, I think it would be interesting if you just kind of dabbled a little bit. Find something that you might enjoy doing. It might be something that you're very surprised. Like, I never thought that I would be reading tea leaves. I always thought it was interesting, but you know, just a while back, I just kind of dove into it, and it came more naturally to me than I imagined. And now I think about it a lot. And I feel like some of the other kind of esoteric and spiritual experiences I've had kind of seem like they become more, they all kind of make more sense. Like there's more context emerging in my life, and it all is kind of showing me how interconnected things are. And so yeah, I think it's you know, it might be something that's helpful. I don't know, but all right. So thank you so much, Sagittarius. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'm always so honored to be able to bring you these messages. I appreciate your time. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it helps me get into the algorithm, and we're slowly growing the channel one person at a time. And I just am like, I feel so blessed every time I wake up and there are like the nicest comments and just love and support. And I just appreciate every single one of you. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. You can hit that little bell thing. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And all right. Thank you, Sagittarius. I will be back in 7 days with another Sagittarius video. In the meantime, you can watch your other placements, your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising. And I know that people cross-watch, which I only recently figured out what that meant. I have to admit, I would see people say that and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. What does that mean? And then somebody had explained kind of like, oh, I'm watching for so-and-so. And I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So you're watching for other people that you care about in your life, and that's cool. So you can do that as well. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We'll talk again soon.